So, the other day, I had lunch with a friend and we talked about how we view Dartmouth in terms of milestones. In freshman year, we view it in terms of all the traditions and the chaos. We start with freshman year trips, fall term homecoming and the bonfire, our first New England winter, and then in spring term, it's a spring relief and green key. This continues into sophomore year, where we start with fall term and rush for the Greek system, and then sophomore summer. And then, what's next? There are no more shared milestones, and he, as a senior, was dealing with this a lot more than I was, being that I was just a sophomore that just started my fall term at the time. And it made me realize that my whole life, including high school, I viewed everything in terms of milestones. Except in high school, the idea of what's next was known. What's next was college. Every year was a step, then, to what's next. And then coming to college, I fell into the exact same trap of thinking again in milestones. I, for the majority of my freshman year, represented stereotypical Dartmouth. Throughout fall term, I started to miss some of these milestones, and I started thinking a lot more about what was next. For one, I was unaffiliated with the Greek system and was not going through the whole rush process like everyone else in my year was. In addition, I got a D in my CS1 class. Yes, a D, which was unheard of to me in high school, and it really made me start thinking about the implications of what this grade would mean and how it would affect my future. And it really made me think, what was I bringing to what's next? And I realized that what's next existed past college. In high school, I came into this mentality that once I got into a good college, all of the pieces would fall into place by themselves. I would end up getting a good job, I would end up going to a good grad school, and it would be that straightforward. And I wouldn't really have to do anything other than ride the wave of the system. After being in college for a bit, I quickly realized that college was not the goal. There was a goal further than what existed in the 4 years that would define my experience after getting that acceptance letter. This term, I had to face a lot of the liminality and realize that I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I loved, and I didn't know what mattered to me. I realized that getting into a good school and attending the school would give me all the resources that I needed for what's next, but if I didn't make use of these resources, what good were they? College was not the end. It wasn't the end goal. College was a means to an end, and sorry for being utilitarian, but it's true. There was something greater than college that I needed to face and work on. And the hardest part of all of this is I didn't really know what this next thing would be. But I did know that the commonality of all of these potential goals that I had for what came after college was that I was bringing myself and who I was into these spaces, these jobs, these careers, and these greater purposes. So this term, I decided to work on that. And I'm really thankful for everything that happened this term because it was a lot of self-reflection and I think also a lot of growth. At the beginning of the term, I was still stuck in that same high school mindset of college being the goal. And if you asked me who I was, I wouldn't have an answer. But now I know I'm Josh. I love being outdoors. I love telling stories. I love the process of learning. I love understanding people. And I really care about expanding the access of people of color into white-dominated spaces. And while this isn't everything that encapsulates who I am, it is a small part of what I'm bringing to what's next. So my message at the end of this video is that for everyone here who is watching my channel and watching my videos thinking about what's coming next with college and making that their goal, know that something exists after this, and college is just a means to an end. There's more to life than getting into college, and I am quickly finding that out. So thanks for watching. I have a lot of videos from campus that I have backlogged in my editing queue and will be released soon during this winter break while I am off and I actually have time, and I'm excited to share my life with you and all these stories that I have accumulated over this past term. So yeah, I'll see you around and see you in my next video.
So organic like and running circles in the same old town. About time that I figured out to work this out.